ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my Skylines series Ardes. Today we're in the 37th part and we're building the national park and starting to build the mixed forest. Today we are only working on the middle island of the whole city, and it is quite finished. It is, I would say, finished to about 50% after this episode, and we'll finish it off in the next upcoming episodes. This whole area is quite a big space and we had to fill in quite a lot of it, and for this one I had kind of a struggle at first, because my first try was to kind of extend the downtown to this area. This didn't work out how I wanted it to do because it was kind of looking hilarious next to the old town. So I thought, okay, I right now have the possibility of building just suburbs there, maybe build a small village there, or a national park and a village. And so I thought a national park would be quite cool. And then I had to do quite some research because I wanted to look at how the vegetation is in a realistic way and how I could do this and achieve the realistic look. And then I've got it here and decided that I would use the leafy trees and then mix in some pine trees. It is breaking up the kind of look of the leafy trees that I used the pine trees, and this is also what I wanted to achieve, and it worked out very well for me. And I was very lucky at the point when I just thought it wouldn't kind of work out. It kind of worked out in the end, I would say. So I'm very happy with how we're having it right now, and I would definitely leave it like this because it's filling in quite a lot of space and it's looking very peaceful and calm, just the things that I thought a national park should be. It's also having kind of a cool look for me, and also it is just a place where everyone would like to go to relax. And to have the kind of possibility for them to go there and relax, we would need to have train station or kind of a transport hub there. And my first idea was a boat, but then it was kind of like there isn't much sense in connecting the national park with a boat because you want to protect the nature in the national park. And then I moved away from this idea and got the idea of a train station. We'll build the train station in the next episode, so we will talk about the train network that we will build in the next episode. But I can kind of say to you that this will be quite a big project, and there will be definitely different episodes like a radio yard and stuff like this. And I've built a lot of things in all of my series, but I never ever kind of tried to build a realistic national park, so this was quite hard for me. It is definitely not perfect. It just has some tents and an outwatch tower, but I think it kind of works out. It isn't hyper detailed. It is very much quite detailed at the look for the vegetation, but I don't have placed many props there because I wanted to keep it in this very natural way, and also kind of realistic for a national park. You wouldn't have there so many buildings. There are no maintenance buildings, and we will definitely change this, but for now I just thought I would concentrate on nature so that we have an episode where I'm nearly only building nature and detailing the nature. It is just like that. I think it is one of the most important things of a national park to have quite a big variety of vegetation, and this was also what I aimed for. So I've decided that I want to use 10 to 15 different plants, and with this rule that I set in my mind, I've built the forest. And the first I want to use two. It is these like kind of tree clusters and the pine trees, and then later on I've started detailing it with grasses and trees and just some basic things just to get the look of it right. What I'm doing right now is just considering to make the road layout right there, because I wanted to have it realistic and also have it to look kind of with windy roads and with a lot of curves. And the reason for this is that this shouldn't be kind of this planned area like you would have in America. It is very European, so it's basically the road is where it is right now, and for this one it is just like, yes, so the road was going there at the first point and there it will go for the end of the time it will be there. And yes, there you can see me building the main road, and this main road will cross the river 2 times, and it will just connect the whole area, and it will serve as a kind of way into all of these areas here, and just for a way to go around there, because I was thinking maybe I could build there a highway, but the highway would kind of destroy the picture of a national park, so I said no, I don't want a highway there. We'll just make a small train connection and a small road going there. And it turned out like I wanted to have it. I've used the UK roads there because they're giving kind of the look of a country road and then rural road, and they're very much detailed already, so I can use them just like immediately and don't have to think about detailing them too much, so this was quite a good thing for me. So there I'm defining the area of the national park, and it is about half of the island and a bit of the swamp. And there we are using the pathway that I've built in last episode above the swamp, and it's an elevated one just for the flood and so that we could prevent the whole flooding of it. And yes, this was quite a big project for me, and I was very unsure when I built it if I would like to leave it like this or if I would like to switch it off and kind of change it completely, but it worked out quite well in the end. And something that I want to say is that this idea for the national park I've gathered around the idea of a European city and what could be near a European city, because it is quite hard for me to find out what is near a European city because I'm living quite in a very suburban area, so we actually have a forest right next to us, but we don't have that much of an kind of forest that would be used for entertainment of people and like a real park entrance, stuff like this. It is just a forest with some pathways going through it, so this was also something that I kind of went into my mind and that I also built there then. And yes, the area is also kind of inspired from the area that I see when I go outside, because we have there the mix of vineyards that we've built for our small Augustine Denal and of the forest that we're building right now. And I have both of this in my close area, and this just is quite cool for me because I love to go outside with my dog, and also in these times that we have right now I have a lot of time of walking around and just relaxing with my dog. So this is definitely something where I'm very glad that I have a dog, because it is very cool just to have kind of a mate going all the way with you, even when all your friends can't do anything with you because they have to learn. So this is pretty cool. And there I'm using the bushes from Mr. Mioli. How is he called? I'm pretty sure I know his name, but I forgot right now. I'm sorry. So we're using nearly all of the bushes of the sky, and they're just so cool. I love how they look, and they give quite a unique touch to an area. And yes, so there we are connecting the streets, and we're switching a bit from the layout, but it is quite well like it is in the end, and I like it quite a lot, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. And there we also have a small parking lot there for about I think 10 or 15 cars, just to have something kind of for the people that want to go with the car, that they don't have to stay with their car in the next village and take the bus to this area, because this would be quite a lot of effort and there wouldn't be many people going there then. And actually the bus routes that I should talk about, I will build them in one of the next episodes. This may be the same project as the trains, when I will try to get a good train network going in, and this will be something that would take quite a lot of work for me because I'm not so good in building public transport. I'm good at it, kind of good at it at the vanilla gameplay, but not modded, so I definitely will make some mistakes, but I think it will turn out quite well in the end. So I also want to kind of start with a fishing industry in my city soon. I will have to buy the DLC, and it will kind of have fishing on the complete different side of the map, near the, like it's on the coast of the sea but on the other edge of the map. There will be a small fishing hut area with about 10 fishing huts and maybe some other buildings where they could live in, but not that much. Just a very small village. And with said that I want to make a small village, we will do more different small villages with different themes and just get in something kind of very different looks. So maybe one kind of Japanese or Chinese one, not so extremely Chinese one. We will maybe have these very small crowded houses, but not too much extremely Chinese one, because I want to keep this for another series. So I've already talked quite a bit about the national park, and this is also kind of the whole thing that we're doing in this episode, so we'll keep talking about it. And for this one, I thought there would be the second entrance. It would be right next to the kind of access road for this whole area, and this was a good idea, and it didn't work out how I wanted it to be. So I've deleted it completely, and I gave it another try, and it's just like that. It is a small entrance right now. It will be connected to the train station later on, so this will be one of the main areas for the people to go there. And yes, I'm actually using quite a lot of different kind of decals right there just to get in something like a small plaza. But then I just had a struggle to how to detail it, and then I've just used dirt and covered it all up. It was the reason that it was very hard. It was kind of hard for me because I'm not that good at building plazas, so I was just thinking, okay, no, I will just make a dirt pathway and dirt place before it, so that you could wait there with your friends, or wait for your friends when you go there and just meet up with them. So yes. And right there I was looking at the tides decals and from Run XD, and they're looking so cool. So they will be used at some point, but not right now because it wouldn't fit there in any way. And there I've tried to get it to look dirty and rough and destroyed, but this didn't turn out how I wanted it to be later on, but it was just a try for me, so I wasn't like very sure to do this. It was just like a last resort for me if I want to keep it paved. And I will right now leave you for now. We will see each other in some minutes again, and until then, enjoy the video. So we are right now building a small camping ground, and it's just basically some tents if you want to stay there over the night when you've missed your bus or your train, or you just want to kind of have a night in nature. It isn't anything luxurious, it is literally just the tents, the toilets, and a small fire in the middle. So it's just like something that you would go to as last resort, and not something that everyone would like to stay in immediately. So right now I'm just fitting in more space for trees and just getting in the kind of nature and the nature vibes that I want to achieve with it. And this is quite a thing that I will be doing quite often in this episode, because it is just like a forest, so it's always a lot of plopping down and just fixing in everything. And yes, I'm just placing in the forest around this camping grounds, and we will kind of connect some other areas right now and just place more trees and detail it from bushes and grass. And there I had the main idea of just placing the grass around the trees and then the bushes on it, and then something like some more grass on the plain areas. And this is quite an easy way to detail something, and this is also something that I wanted to achieve, just that I don't have to kind of detail everything like a very detailed, extremely detailed thing. Because when I would extreme detail everything, we would have about 1 FPS, even if we were not even looking at a city, and this is not what I want to achieve. I also want this to be quite a lag-free area. You have about 10 FPS right now in this area, so this is very good for me, and I can definitely look at it without getting the problem of not being able to look at it. I'm also making right now a video, a cinematic video, and I've edited some parts of it already, so it should be up in about 2 weeks. So it should be up around the, I would say, the 26th or 29th. So in this area you can kind of think it will get out when I will have time to edit it, I hope, because school is giving me a lot of homework and work to do, so this is sometimes quite of a struggle when I want to do something. And yes, I'm just adding in the pints, and I will leave you for now and for this video. And if you've enjoyed this episode, I would appreciate if you would consider liking it. And if you want to see more and you haven't subscribed already, I would appreciate if you would also subscribe to me. And if you did, thank you, I appreciate it quite a lot, and you're supporting me very much with this. So thank you, have a great day, and hopefully see another video. Bye!